Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just here to sit down with you guys and do a little bit of a read. Um, just some life updates recently. Sorry, my hair is like everywhere. So lots of shifts, lots of changes. I say that like I think every video, but it's just kind of like unfolding, and you guys might notice it a little bit during this time period, especially for like Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces energies in general. Like there might be a lot of shifts, a lot of changes. You might be dealing with a situation where you're just kind of like an observer. You might be dealing with a situation where you're just kind of like watching it unfold, and you're just kind of a fly on the wall in a context of it. Um, this time period is this is like eclipse season. A lot of energy is pushing through right now, and there's a lot of energy that's here that is here to help us push through like any type of stagnation, any type of doubt, any type of fear. There's an extra push to like move forward on a higher note. Also, like, like it's a really sensitive time for people's like bodies and immune systems right now. So just be mindful. Coming back out, like going back out, doing things with friends or connecting with the community. Um, Obviously, like nothing fear based by any means, but just be mindful. Like if you're feeling like you have allergies, or you're feeling like you're starting to get a little stuffy, or you're feeling like, a little bit run down, like don't hesitate to take time for yourself, and to really focus on like rebuilding, like I'm just hearing like hydration and nutrients and electrolytes, and I'm just seeing like all that like just coming to surface. So I don't know if like maybe there's a general theme that's going to come through where there's going to be a focus on just general health and well-being. Maybe there's a shift in consciousness when it comes to that mindfulness of like what we're putting in our bodies. Maybe you're taking a more proactive approach in your life. Maybe you're building a healthy routine during this time. I always feel like Aries season is a really great time to start a new project or a new like routine. And, like I don't know why, but it's always been like April's a really good month for me to like really get it together. Like some people love doing like New Year's resolutions like in January, but I just don't feel that that energy is right to like start something new. I find it hard for me to even complete things like during that time, let alone start something. But for some reason, I just feel like April is this really beautiful month to really like buckle down and build a routine, and to build a structure that's like stable when it comes to like what's coming next. So obviously, like I'm just blabbering on, but I have a lot of changes going on, and I appreciate your patience with me too, throughout this time as I grow through this process, because like it seems like every time I turn around, it's a change, it's a significant like difference, it's something that I have to deal with head on, it's something that requires my entire focus. And now finally, like I'm starting to see a shift in the energy. Like my mother's actually getting ready to move, so I've been in the process of like just preparing for that, helping her, and then I'm going back to school, and gonna finish working towards the degree that I started. um it's just like a lot of like really big changes. So I really, really just genuinely appreciate your patience and your support with me, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm just kind of, trying to get all my ducks in a row on the outside, and because it's that time, and again, I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I feel like it's significant for the time period that we're in. So you might be starting something new. You might be going back to school. You might be moving. You might be traveling. You might be, building a gym routine. You might be, building a spiritual routine, like where, you are designating every day a specific time. Like it's something like that where there's organization coming, there's structure coming, there's something that's practical when it comes to like fueling whatever this is, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's really how I feel. But again, I genuinely just appreciate your patience with me during this time as I kind of navigate the changes in my life and, kind of hop on and off of here. But just know I haven't forgot. I know I'm right here. So I'm not going anywhere. I just might be a little delayed sometimes, but, it's life. We just gotta hang on for it. But regardless of that, I feel like I want to start with water signs. It's been a while since I've really tapped into kind of what's going on with water signs here. So let's just see how far we'll go. I kind of want to switch it up. I don't want to start with these cards. I feel like I'm going to end with those to like get final messages. But I want to use this deck because it's small and it fits in my hands better. So let's start with Pisces. It's coming towards Pisces. I feel like you're gonna get pushed out of like a rut. Like if you've been like kind of in a rut or like in a slump or like just kind of like maybe feeling down, I feel like you're gonna get a push. You're the Ace of Cups. That might be that push. It's unconditional love. It's excitement. Could be an offer. Could be a message, communication. This is a very loving message. If it is a message, it's very loving, very compassionate, very understanding. This can also be self-love, dedicating time to oneself, overflowing one's own cup, pouring all that extra time, all that extra energy, just pouring it back into yourself. This didn't fall out of the deck, but it flipped over. It's the Two of Swords. You could be at a difference of the mind. Maybe you don't see something clearly, so you turn the energy inward with the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Swords that just came out too. But it didn't fall out, it just flipped into the deck. I feel like there's some sort of clarity. If I look at the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords being here, this is like some sort of clarity towards a situation. Maybe you've been guarding or felt guarded. Maybe you're guarded towards something. Tired too. Like Nine of Wands is like, I might have just said Nine of Swords, but it's a Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is, there could be anxiety. There could be sleepless nights involved with whatever this is. And I actually just like something, it just felt like I just like choked up. There could be a lot of emotion that's being expressed. Maybe something needs to be communicated, or maybe somebody wants to say something. But there's like a guardedness to it with the Nine of Wands, because the Nine of Wands is almost, it's almost the Ten of Wands, so it's like stressed out, it's tired, it's exhausted, it's been through a lot. So that would make sense with the Ace of Cups coming through, because you might be pouring that back into yourself, taking care of yourself, replenishing yourself. Nine of Pence. completely different energy than what I was just picking up on. So maybe that's what's going on in the background. And here comes this Nine of Pentacles, where it's like that independent, confident, healthy, happy, abundant, independent energy. This is an independent energy, in the sense of like you just might be spending time with yourself more. Like you're focused on you. The Nine of Pentacles is also like a single card, you know? So you could be single. You could be dating, but I see the Nine of Pentacles being more focused on like building like dreams and goals. Like this is somebody who's very focused on like enjoying the fruits of their labor in a confident, independent type of way. Maybe you just like plan to go somewhere. Like maybe you do something for yourself and you just like take a trip or like go on a retreat. Or like, you know, like they have like those like 4-day retreats or like long weekend retreats or something. Like maybe you do something that fills you. This could be a new beginning too, especially with the Nine of Pentacles, because it's like, this is being like emotionally fulfilled. And I know that it's not the Ten of Pentacles or anything like that, but like this is like a different type of emotional fulfillment. This is like being content with doing something independently, or like being kind of just doing your thing, you know, like this is being content with where you are. The Six of Swords. So you could be moving into this energy. That Ace of Swords came back out. So this could be the end of something that it's like you came out of a situation more confident. You came out of a situation more independent. You came out of a situation with more like love. I don't know how else to put that. Because you have the Six of Swords and then the Ace of Swords, and it's like moving forward. You could have help, but this is like help from a friend, help from a family member, somebody you can count on. Ace of Swords, this could be like a truth, a message, clarity. But it's like a slower moving energy, but this is like, you could be moving out of some sort of like mental conflict. Because you're moving away from the Five of Swords. And I know the Five of Swords isn't out. But I feel like you just, like this energy is just kind of like, alright, I'm just going to take my Ace of Cups, I'm going to have my Nine of Pentacles, and I'm just going to kind of get up on my boat and kind of just do my thing. I don't know, maybe you walked away from a situation that maybe had conflict in it, or maybe you like walked away from something that was leaving you feeling conflicted, and you're like, no, I need to nurture myself, I need to take care of myself, I need to focus on my goals, I need to focus on, you know, something that you're working towards with these pentacles. But you've already worked it, like you're enjoying the fruits of the labor. So this is like knowing your worth, knowing like when to walk away from a situation, because it doesn't need you to get involved. Like, if that makes sense. Like say for example, like the people around you are in conflict with one another, but the conflict doesn't involve you. It doesn't, like, there's no connection to you whatsoever. Like, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna back out of this, like, because I don't need to be a part of it. It doesn't You know what I mean? It's like that healthy boundary, that healthy like self-love, not in a, this is like in a very humble way. It's like just kind of like bowing out of a situation, just like, okay, like I'm just gonna kind of like turn my attention and kind of just nurture and love on myself for a minute with this Ace of Cups. And then here comes like some sort of like clarity or truth, or like you see something, you figure something out, like mentally, some type of truth. This could also be a message. We have a lot of cards here. So you have the King of Wands, you have the Five of Cups, the Tower, the Nine of Cups, and the Fool. And I'm actually like reading this backwards because I'm looking at the King of Wands first, and then I'm reading like I'm looking at the King of Wands first, and then all the energy kind of like unfolds, but it's backwards. So I don't know what is significant about that, but I feel like I need to point that out. And then at the bottom of the deck you have the Emperor and the King of Cups. I'm sorry, the Queen of Cups with the Four of Cups. So there's an energy that's here that could be a little somber. Maybe over somebody, or like thinking about somebody. Temperance at the top of the deck, wanting to heal a situation. This is a slow moving energy, so like you might not even be aware that this is going on in the background. And again, this is for Pisces. But you have this King of Wands, could be connecting with a fire sign. You have double fire. So you have strong Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. You have the Five of Cups. It's like this King of Wands looking right at this Five of Cups with the Tower. And it's like an oh shit moment, or like a sudden realization. Because this Nine of Cups kind of comes out of nowhere with the Fool. And it's like all of a sudden maybe somebody snaps out of like some type of an energy, or like they just kind of like something suddenly shifts in this person's emotions, in this person's feelings. Like this fire sign could be a leap of faith. I'm going to clarify that. So you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. You have the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Either you have every opportunity at your fingertips, like you have every opportunity in front of you, you have emotional fulfillment, you have passion and excitement, and you have something that is grounded, that could be material, could be valuable, it could be something that's practical, with the Fool and the Nine of Cups. And that's what clarified it, were these two aces. So this is something that comes out of nowhere that might spark passion and excitement, and might spark a type of like action, like it might call you to respond, like you, because the King of Wands takes action, goes after things. So you might suddenly just kind of get up and go after something, because you have this Ace of Cups, this Ace of Wands, and this Ace of Pentacles. So these are things that could lead to much, much more. And with this Nine of Cups being here, it's like, what brings you fulfillment? What brings you happiness? What brings you excitement? Having every opportunity on the board. Whether you see it or you don't, it's here. The energy for it is here. The Fool. Taking that leap of faith. But with this Nine of Cups, it's like, what, you know, like which one? But this Ace of Cups is already here, so I feel like that it's already with you, if that makes sense. And it's like, boom, you have this Ace of Wands and this Ace of Pentacles clarifying the Fool and the Nine of Cups. So it's like this or that, you know? Excitement, passion, fire, energy. It's the Ace of Wands. It's excitement, it's travel, it's friends, it's going out, it's partying, it's very alive and sensual and fire energy. You have this Ace of Pentacles. It's very grounded, very stable, very nurturing, very productive, something that can lead to prosperity, something that can lead to something practical. However that shows up, it looks like you're going to have a choice. This Tower is going to come out of nowhere. And it's like going to like be like, what? Like, but it might be subtle, it might not be all up in your face. Like, it might be subtle. Like, you might just like feel the energy kind of like give. And then all of a sudden you see these options in front of you, but it's like, you're like, okay, like I see this. Like, I see this vision. I see this. Because the King of Wands has a vision. But this Five of Cups, like, kind of blocking it, like, it's like a sadness. So I don't know if there was like a loss or like a grieving or sad energy in front of this King of Wands with this Tower. So maybe something was like disguised. Like what appeared to be maybe a loss isn't actually a loss. Might actually turn out to be something positive in the end. So whether it's masculine or feminine energy, it's present. You could have a feminine that's more focused on moving forward towards goals and truth and clarity. You have all the aces on the board. The Ace of Swords is here too. You have a masculine that's here, but this could also be all the same energy. You know, it doesn't have to be separated by gender. It's an energy. You have the King of Pentacles and you have the Hermit. So I feel like there's been some like reflection, whether this is somebody you're dealing with, there's some reflection going on. Somebody could be like working on themselves or like grounding themselves. Because like whenever the King of Pentacles comes out with the Hermit, this is like, I feel like this is like self-investment, where this is taking time for yourself, investing in yourself, in your physical, in your mind, body, spirit. Like grounding the energy, calming, taming the energy. Because I feel like this King of Pentacles is looking at the Pentacle and the Hermit. And this is somebody, again, who's very focused on coming out a different person, coming out enlightened to some degree. So wow. So this is somebody who's been rebuilding from the ground up, like with the Five of Pentacles, the Death card, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. This person went through like a loss, a separation, like a total transformation. There was like recovery that was needed in this, whether it be like mental well-being. Like this was like somebody needed to take a time out. Like somebody could have even gotten physically sick. and was focused on rebuilding, focused on taking care of themselves, focused on work. But there was a total transformation that took place. The Death card with the Four of Swords. Like, I don't know, if somebody just, like, abruptly, like, stopped talking, or, like, abruptly just kind of, like, I don't want to say, like, they just, like, abruptly vanished, but, like, this would be, like, whatever happened to so-and-so, I haven't seen them in, like, months. That type of energy. There could have been a loss, there could have been, like, a need to go through, like, a death and rebirth cycle. It's really intense. But the Six of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, so there's success and recognition moving forward. But this person has put in a lot of work. Like, whoever this energy is, like, you would know if you went through some type of, like, transformation like this. Like, you would have totally, like, disconnected from, like, society. Like, you would have been, like, in total hermit mode. I mean, for probably, like, months. You have the Hierophant that's here, so there was something, there was a purpose to it. There was a lesson that needed to be learned. This is also, like, a higher education card. But this could be, like, a higher education in the spiritual sense. And then you have the Queen of Swords that just fell out on my lap. So this is also, like, coming at something with a lot of intelligence and discernment. Communicating, being very direct. So Pisces, I find that to be interesting. So use your best judgment in this situation, whether this is two people or whether this is one energy that's transforming. There's a lot of positivity that's coming with these aces. And whatever this Tower moment is, it might look as if it's like a loss or something, but on the flip side of it, it's something that's going to bring a lot of fulfillment and opportunities. So however that falls, I'm just trying to see if there's any last minute. Nope, that's all I'm getting. So use your best discernment, Pisces. Yeah. Whew, that was intense. But I mean, it looks positive overall. Like the Tower, it might just come out of nowhere, and you just might not see it coming, you know. But it looked like there was some sorrow. It looked like there was some feeling of loss and separation. But on the flip side of it was this, like, really beautiful energy. So I'm not sure how that's going to unfold, but, you know, just be open and mindful. Let's do Scorpio. So it didn't fall out, but it flipped over in the deck, which is the Seven of Cups. So you have option, confusion, delusion. Where's your happiness lie? Seven of Swords. Don't deceive yourself. King of Swords could be dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Ten of Cups. There could be a King of Swords that's here that's confronting an issue head on. Could be confronting an individual that there could be some deception. This could be self-deception. Someone could be, like, overthinking a situation. Then you have the Six of Wands. There could be an air sign that's moving forward out of self-deception, and like any type of like deceptive behavior. And it might not have been like intentionally deceptive. Like this could have just been like self-sabotage. And this is moving forward from that energy. This is somebody very direct, very like detached as well. And then you have this Page of Pentacles. So this is like wanting to start something new. Maybe make an offer for the World card there. It just didn't feel right. Make sure you're not holding yourself back. Somebody could be like holding back communication, or like holding back some type of message. Like it's almost like something comes out of nowhere and somebody's like focused on something that they're doing, and then like boom, here comes like somebody with this like very direct type of energy, but it's bringing the Ace of Wands. But like I don't know, sometimes when the Knight of Swords come out, like this isn't somebody that's like very gentle with communication. This is somebody who's a little bit aggressive, and with the Eight of Swords being here, this is like somebody who's been like holding back to some degree, like holding back. So I don't know if somebody was like not communicating or just like didn't want to talk. Just again, self-sabotage. It's like somebody thought they could get away with something and the other person was just like, if I don't see it, it's not there. But then like this opens up, and then like here comes some type of like communication or some type of message. And then this Ace of Wands. I would just be very aware of like, this is for Scorpio. I would just be very aware, like if you're like actively like dating, I would be cautious if you're dealing with somebody who's like detached, because this person is very focused on like their ego and how they like look in like, or like how they're presented in a situation. And in the background is the Seven of Swords, and it just like doesn't make me very comfortable because the Ten of Cups is here, but it's almost like an illusion of like somebody just might not be being 100% truthful in a circumstance. Like you might not see what's going on in the background because like there's an energy that has a blindfold on. This Seven of Swords is like looking over here, and it's like, am I getting away with this? And then the Six of Wands is kind of giving me a lot of ego. So I would just be mindful of that energy, if that resonates. If not, toss it. I just have to get it out, because it's like coming through very strongly, and I can't like unsee it. So make sure that you're not like deceiving yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't deceive yourself because of like what you want to see. You might be dealing with somebody who is very smart and well educated, but this person might not be very like emotional, or like just very like grounded in their emotions. This person might be very detached. They might be very focused on themselves, like kind of like a what can I get type of energy. And I feel like it's causing a little bit of like defensiveness. But like this Page of Pentacles is kind of throwing me off, because I don't know if this is this person coming through with like a gesture to like make things like okay with the Six of Wands kind of being here. But I don't think that you're like wanting to see something. But then I'm also getting an energy of like be careful, because this Ace of Wands isn't always the most committing energy. This is an energy that's very in and out. And if it works for you, cool. If not, that's kind of what I see here. This is an energy of somebody, it's kind of like, it's the Ace of Wands, you know. It's a very like sexual type of encounter, but it's not always the most committing, not always the most stable and reliable. So if you're looking for consistency, I don't think this is it. I think you're dealing with somebody who's kind of like, can I get away with this? And I feel like they think that they can because they have the Six of Wands. And they're coming back with this page. So, I don't know, they're coming in, like, they're not coming in as a king, they're coming in as a page. But I would just be aware, because in the background I feel like this Ace of Wands is kind of like lurking. And it's not a very, like, the Page of Pentacles is not a very committed energy either. It's like the beginning of something, the start of something. So use your best judgment. If that's what works, then cool. But if not, so be it. We have the Fool card at the bottom of the deck with the Hangman and the Page of Swords. Somebody could be keeping an eye on somebody. But somebody's held up on something. They need to see something. They need to change their perspective. The Fool's here, so it's like, don't do something foolish. This is somebody like kind of holding themselves back, or like something's being delayed so that something foolish doesn't happen. So like, for example, if somebody's coming at you, they could be a little bit deceptive. Like, say you're dating, and say that, you know, you kind of have a feeling that maybe this person isn't really the most committal person. You're, you know, like, not the most committed situation. This person wouldn't be, like, honest with you. Like, they would be like, no, I'm talking to you and only you, but on the flip side, they're also talking to, like, other people. And, you know, when you're dating, it's good to know that information because of, you know, personal health reasons and whatnot. You know, it's good to know, like, it's good to be honest, you know, so that nobody gets hurt. But this is somebody who, despite being the King of Swords, might not be completely being upfront with the Seven of Swords. Might be hiding something, thinking that they can get away with it with the Six of Wands. Coming back in with this Page of Pens. Just enough of, like, a stable offer that would, like, get you to, like, be like, oh, okay, because it's, like, just that little bit, that little breadcrumb. But I don't know. Use your discernment. It could be either or. I don't know your situation. Person could have good intentions, but it's just self-sabotage the shit out of something. I don't know, you know? It's a lot of different possibilities here. But it looks like somebody was holding back a little bit, or trying to change their perspective on a situation. Somebody could be also, like, gathering information. Oh, I feel like I have to sneeze. I'm sorry. Whew. I don't think it's gonna come out. Anyway, somebody could be gathering information from a distance, holding back, just observing, trying to figure something out, trying to see something clearly, maybe wanting to take a leap of faith. So, I don't know, it could be positive. You know, you have the Ten of Pentacles with the Six of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune with the Nine of Cups. But use your best discernment, you know. This doesn't always necessarily mean that this is the same connection. You could have something else coming back around from the past, because the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like it's a toss-up, you know. It's like it could go this way or it could go that way. But with the Six of Cups being here, this is a strong connection. But this could also be a different connection. This could be somebody, like, you could have different people. You could have multiple people. This could be one situation, and then, like, somebody else from your past comes back around, and it's like wish fulfillment. So, I would use your best judgment on that. For sure. Somebody might, like, give you a message, or, like, text you or message you. You could also be, like, say, for example, you're not dating, and say, like, you're just working on your happiness, you're working on your goals. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Don't be afraid to... I'm sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. Don't be afraid to succeed in a situation. Don't be afraid to be successful. Don't be afraid to go after goals and opportunities and projects. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I feel like you can see a vision. Hold on to that vision. And with this Eight of Swords being here, like, again, don't hold yourself back. You can get yourself out of a situation. You can... Significant, hold on. This is funny. Because I was just going to say, you can get something out, meaning like a message, or you can say something. You can push through it, you know? Rest if you need to, you know? Like, don't push yourself over the limits. Like if you're not feeling very well, like, definitely take some time. Make sure that you recover and get your energy back before, you know, pushing through more energy, if that makes sense. Like, spend time taking care of yourself for sure. Like, if you're, you know, even if it's just allergies, you're feeling under the weather, be gentle with yourself, be mindful with yourself. Don't push yourself over the limit, because when you're recovering from, like, allergies or from a cold, excuse me, that's what I'm saying, like, when you're recovering, like, don't push yourself too far. Allow your body to replenish itself. And I know that, like, in our society, a lot of times, well, I don't know, it might have changed because of the pandemic, but it's one of those things where, like, if you're not feeling well, take care of yourself. If you need to sleep, sleep. Don't overwork yourself. Don't push yourself to exhaustion. Don't push yourself to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, your goals, your dreams will be there. An extra day is okay. It really is. It's okay to take care of yourself. We need to, like, normalize that. Normalize taking care of yourself and replenishing your body when it needs to be replenished. You know, take that time. Don't rush back to work. You see what I'm saying? And I know some people have different circumstances and sometimes they can't help it, but just be gentle with yourself during those, like if you have to go back, be gentle with yourself. You know, don't over stress yourself. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water and electrolytes and, you know, doing what it is that you do to replenish your body. And that kind of brings me back to the first message of, like, really focusing on, like, taking care of yourself, or, like, really putting an emphasis on that, like building a gym routine, or building, like, a I don't know, you know, stuff like that. You get it, you get what I mean. Just building some type of healthy routine. There could be an opportunity that comes from the past. It could bring a lot of fulfillment. Just keep your eyes open, use your best judgment. I feel like something will show up and you'll feel it. You'll feel it. It'll bring a lot of passion, it'll bring a lot of excitement. The message might come in very quick. And it might be very subtle at first, but I feel like you're going to get it. You're going to see it. If you are dealing with another person, I do see still some, like, distance. But there's a connection that could be coming through here. But again, the Seven of Swords with the King of Swords and the Six of Wands really kind of throws me off. So if you are dealing with with like another person, I would just be mindful of that energy, like what I explained earlier. So I won't go back into that, but it looks like there could be a connection that comes through, like maybe somebody who you know from the past. And it's like kind of like somebody who you like don't expect. Because it's like sudden, it's out of nowhere, but it could bring a lot of happiness, a lot of fulfillment. It could be somebody who's been keeping an eye on you from a distance, kind of holding back. I would just keep your eyes open, use your best judgment. But that's really what I'm getting. Be open to opportunities. Be open to emotion. Be open to starting something new. Let things transform. Allow something to come in and unfold. Allow your friends to help you. Allow your family to help you. Allow those good times to come in. Because it's coming. It's transforming. There's something that's coming. Whether it's a person, place, or thing, opportunity, whatever it might be, it's coming. There's a lot of emotional fulfillment. Stay open to the opportunities around you, because I feel like justice is here with the opportunity. It's going to bring in a lot of stability and happiness and joy and excitement and friends and, good times and happy memories and a really positive energy. So any inconsistencies, any back and forth energies, I feel like they're evolving, they're growing and maturing in the next kind of what's coming here. So don't be afraid to transform. Don't be afraid to go after what it is that you go after. Whatever it might be, a goal, a dream, a project. Get out of your head and into your feelings. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's like there's a balance between the mind and the body and the soul. And so make sure that you're not overthinking something, not over logic, not you know what I mean? Like not over logic. I don't know how to say that. It's like I want to make that like a verb. You get what I mean? Like, don't overdo it in your mind. Like, don't talk yourself out of something in your mind. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. Feel. Be present in your emotions. Be grounded in your emotions. Feel through some type of process. Because it's going to be very transformative. Because with justice being here, this is something it's been coming with the Wheel of Fortune. So justice will be served in a situation. Whatever that means. But I am going to have to come back and do Cancer, so I do apologize about that. But I do hope that these messages helped. Again, this is for Pisces and Scorpio, so I will be back soon. I wish you guys the best. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I love you guys so much. Again, take care, and I will talk to you soon.